This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard to the post-game edition between the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars. What I will tell you for the Oilers tonight is almost proof in the pudding. You know, Stuart Skinner's been phenomenal through the past 4 games prior to tonight, ultimately giving up 4 goals on 22 shots this evening in a really tough finish for the Edmonton Oilers, a game in which he needed to win the goaltending battle by the looks of it, and you end up losing it. So it goes back to, I think, the real simple solution for the Oilers. And again, the Oilers never do anything simple, but the simple solution tonight would have been to start Cal Pickard, gamble on the backup, getting you the victory in Game 3, and then go back to Stu to try and close out the series in Game 5 or 6. Tonight, though, instead, now you're down 2-1 in the series after a 5-3 loss, 4 goals against for Stuart Skinner, and you got to find a way to battle back in the series in Game 4 and then ultimately try and win it in 6. So how you do that, I think it's the exact same thing you saw against the Vancouver Canucks. Stu's had a couple so-so performances now in this series, so I assume what you do is go out and try and now start Calvin Pickard, get back in the series with a good performance. If Pickard gets game number 5, so be it. But again, I think you're not faulting Stu for the loss, but you're also not saying he was fault-free, right? That's, I guess, where it's at. It's not a perfect performance. It's not the world's worst performance. I mean, the Oilers were within a goal still in this game, same as they were last game, but it's one of those, there's enough to say the backup should go in there. It's not like Calvin Pickard's a backup goaltender who has 10 games of experience in the NHL and has a .308 goals against average this season and an .812 save percentage for you. No, he's been a pretty good backup for you this evening or this year, and a pretty good goalie when called upon here in the 2 games in the playoffs. So when it comes down to it for the Edmonton Oilers tonight, the answer going into Game 4 is quite simple, and it's not like, Stu, if you're listening back home, I have no ill will. I have nothing against you here. It's just, again, the success formula in the series against the Canucks was simply turn to Pickard, rest Stu, and go out there and get the next few games for Stu after Pickard has a couple moments of hockey action. So, again, recipe for success here against Dallas, very much the same as Vancouver. It's going to be a tight series the whole way home. Looks like we're headed 7 the way these games have been played, as long as the Oilers find a way to win Game 4. So now you got to think this game is going to be interesting in Game 4, especially if they can find a way to score a Game 4 victory with Calvin Pickard in net. So that's really the only post-game thoughts. My brain is soup after watching the Oilers blow a lead. But yeah, this second period, obviously, for the Edmonton Oilers tonight was quite unacceptable. I don't think there's at any moment on any of the goals the Oilers gave up tonight where you can say it's all Stuart Skinner. There's a lot going on around the play that the Oilers really struggled to maintain pressure in the second period. And then in the third period, the Oilers aren't a team that can just fall asleep and play back and forth nowhere hockey and win a hockey game. Yes, maybe they need to become that team, but you knew as that third period went on and it extended out that as long as it stayed sleepy in that third period, Dallas was going to find a way to score, and they did, and that's ultimately the difference maker in this hockey game. I do want to say, if you're a Dallas Stars fan watching back home, saying the Oilers weren't the greatest team tonight, Stuart Skinner let in some bad ones, whatever the case might be, that does somewhat diminish the accomplishment of Jason Robertson scoring his first career playoff hat-trick, and what a hat-trick it was. I mean, he victimized the Oilers on all 3 goals, which is absolutely, hey, when you have your sniper and Jason Robertson doing that in the playoffs, that is something you want to see. So for the Dallas Stars tonight, a good effort, and obviously nothing that a bad effort from the Oilers can take away from, because the Dallas Stars were lights out by a mile in that second period. So again, that's where I just say, right, there's a couple of things the Oilers can clean up here in this game. I think I'm seeing back on the chat, Margaret asking why Perry's not playing. I almost wonder, right, would you ask maybe why not Perry for Derek Ryan in the next game? That would be one thing maybe I'd look at. I know Derek Ryan's a pivotal penalty killer, but I think maybe getting Corey Perry in there would be not a bad idea for sure. And we'll kind of have our huge talk about tomorrow about what the line changes for the Oilers might look like going into Game 4. But there's a bunch of options, and I mean, hey, Sam Gagner is still sitting around available to you as well. So we'll see where we go as the Oilers look to try and get things started up for game number 4. Just to review the quick stats at the post game in this one again, friends. It's a 5-3 final for the Dallas Stars. 22 shots for them, 30 for the Oilers. The Oilers out-hit the Stars 45-22. Face-offs finish in favor of the Stars 29-27. Both teams 0 for on the special teams, so the Oilers penalty kill continues to be perfect, but the Oilers power play continues to be goalless, so that's a problem. 15-14 the giveaways for both teams tonight. The Oilers held that edge. That's embarrassingly bad. 17-7 the takeaways for Dallas. That's embarrassingly bad for the Oilers. 23-15 the block shots for the Oilers. That's a bit of a problem as well. So again, the Oilers getting lots of chances toward the net, but the Oilers need to start finishing their opportunities and really pounding the puck through a little bit more. I know Bouchard had a puck that hit Hyman in the hand area or in the foot area at one point in this hockey game from the high slot on a wrister. That one, again, is one maybe you could look at. That puck goes in instead of hitting Hyman. Maybe this game's a little different, but the Oilers taking the foot off the gas in that second period is ultimately what did it. To talk about Chris Knobloch in that situation, again, all too often we see Oilers head coaches knowing their team very well, watch them dissipate a lead in the blink of an eye. 3 minutes and 33 seconds is all it took for the Dallas Stars to go from 2-0 to 3-2 up. And well, it ended up going to a situation where the Oilers ultimately lose the game. So again, this is where it's not a Chris Knobloch issue. It's not a Jay Woodcroft issue. It's not a Dave Tiffin issue. It's a very much so Oilers coaching staff. I don't know if somebody like Ken Holland in the press box or somebody back home has to yell at this team through an earpiece to say, call the timeout, stop guys, we're going to fold. And that's kind of what happened here in this third period as the Oilers ended up folding again in this hockey game in the second period. So we'll see what happens. But again, I think my simple recipe for success going into game number 4, start Cal Pickard. I don't think you need to bring back in Ryan McLeod, but I don't think anything else much has to happen here for the Edmonton Oilers. So, friends, that will pretty much do it for me here this evening. I do want to give a shout out back home because we've had an insane chat this evening on the Dolynny TV live stream. Just a huge shout out back home again once more before we close up shop here on the post game to obviously Crozier, Hockey and Metal, Rigger 39, of course Bling Man for throwing down the super chats, keeping the live stream that you're watching this post game edition on pretty much ad free throughout other than when you tune in. So thank you so much. And friends, that will do it for the post game edition. I'm gonna go ahead and eat something here, and we will catch you next time out. Thanks for being aboard. We'll talk tomorrow.